Taco is dead. Long live Tamara Gachechiladze. Yes, Georgia's Eurovision 2017 star is keeping the faith, even if she's not keeping the name. Should we talk about it? Let's do this! The faith.
Keep the faith. Keep the faith.
Yo, this repeats keep the faith about 10 million times. To me, it's serving Caucasus Mountain telenovela realness. This is dramatic. This is drama. Beautiful woman in a ball gown, singing her heart out, telling you to keep the faith. Even when the world tells you you shouldn't have the faith because you're going down, things are over. No. There is sun in Tamara's world. The thing is, it's a little heavy for me. It's very musical theater. It's, one might say, over dramatic. There is an audience for this. She's got pitch perfect vocals, let there be no doubt. Tamara can sing. But to me, this is very expected ballad. People talk about women screaming. They talk about women being over the top at Eurovision, female solo artists. And this is like the cliched version of all of that. However, it could do well with the right staging. The staging of the Georgian national selection was beautiful. I thought it was really well done. I think they're going to have very sensitive staging to enhance, because at the moment, I'm a little lukewarm.
I absolutely love this. Keep the faith is a message in parts, right? So the song is obviously the key structure, the key component, but you've also got lighting, you've also got the wardrobe, you've also got the LED backdrop, and together as a cohesive product, this is really compelling. You know, one thing I like about Tamara, so she came in 2009, she won the ticket to represent Georgia with a political message, and obviously that was overturned. They never got to perform at Eurovision. She's come back true to herself with another political message, but this time a bit more subliminal, and she is slaying all the way. The reason that song repeats keep the faith is when you're pushing that message through, you gotta keep it on loop. Keep the faith, hammer it through, hammer it in, take it, soak it, love it, embrace it, breathe it, be it.
The word that comes out in all of this is hammer, because you feel like you're being hit over the head. You can emphasize the message repeatedly without giving someone a brain injury. I think it's just a bit much.
I am actually kind of on Deborah's side with this one. I actually do enjoy the song. Comparing it to something like Poland, where it feels like I'm being hammered with it. This, yes, but it kind of knows that it's doing it. It feels like it knows that it's going to have this message and you will listen to it, but it does it with like, kind of like a knowing wink, like, you know what's happening here. And, you know, Tamara is a very good singer, very good singer. And I appreciate it, and I think that it has remained sort of quite high up for me from the Georgian national selection, which kind of surprises me because I didn't think that it would. I don't know, it just has that kind of like a je ne sais quoi kind of to it, where I actually do appreciate it, and there's just about enough to make me think that Georgia may qualify. And particularly, yes, it's a political, and we've talked about the politicalisation of this particular contest more than any other, really. But I think it works.
I think, even if I'm not a huge fan of the song, I think she deserves a spot in the final on her vocal alone, because that vocal is amazing.
Yeah.
She does not falter vocally, ever.
She can sing.
And I think with the right staging, because the thing is, Georgia's national selection is never known for like the most amazing staging, and it still looked good. So translating this to the massive Eurovision stage, there's a lot of room for them to kill it. Look at Nina Sublatti, that staging was amazing. Even last year,
even with all the smoke drowning her out, she still looked good.
Kocharov, they nailed the staging again. So I think they'll be able to make this much more spectacular. I actually think this will go through. I'm actually kind of confident about that.
Yeah, and I think it's Sacha Jean-Baptiste again who's doing it, who we know is is an amazing, I mean, she did Nika Kocharov and she did Nina Sublatti. Georgia know what they're doing, and I think it's telling with that Georgian national final where it was kind of a bit unknown, we weren't sure who would win or where everything would fall out. She just demolished everybody. There was no question that she should win that one. The revamp hasn't done a huge amount to it. It feels like, I think it has just sort of like, just polished off a few bits. It's not done anything wow or spectacular. And, you know, Thomas Gison has come in before and done maybe a bit more with Georgian songs. But does that say that this one actually had a good base and he didn't need to touch it and he respected it? And I think that is something that I think this will have respect from the juries, and I think that there will certainly be a televote audience for this.
Scores out of 10 with a justification.
6.5 for me. Staging and production aside, I like the fact that Tamara is approaching the contest with a message, and it's a message that wasn't just topical then as historic events, but they still kind of have a dark legacy today, and many of the issues that inspires the whole song are still relevant, and I think that's just really, really important. And what better platform than 190 million viewers tuning into that?
She's a woman with a viewpoint. She holds to her own. She keeps the faith. She toes the line. She does her, and I respect her for that. Her vocals are on point. The song's a bit OTT for me, but that's okay. I still think this will go through. I'm giving her a 4.5, but that is with love and respect.
I'm giving this a 6. It's kind of very sort of average, middle of the road kind of score, but it's not that. It's kind of, there's a lot going on with this song, and it's clearly not a chart hit or anything like that, so you can't mark it that highly, I feel like, but she does well. She is going to do really well on stage in Kiev, and I think that Georgia needs to be respected.
Yeah. And there are 30 Wiwi bloggers all over the world on this year's panel, and they have also submitted scores. And I pulled out a calculator and abacus, and I did some math, and I can now reveal the score.
Oh.
Okay, well, you know, people aren't really keeping the faith necessarily.
Maybe they liked her as Taco more than they liked her as Tamara.
Maybe
that was it.
Yeah.
I think that's disappointing, but the beauty of it is that, you know, her message will still get heard, and it's a song you'll remember. Yeah, you cannot forget that refrain. Keep the faith, keep the faith.
Even if you want to. Well, that's what we think. What do you think? Are you loving the singer formerly known as Nika Gachechiladze? Are you loving her song? And are you keeping the faith? You can let us know here on Wiwi Blogs.
Be sure to add your comments.
And like and subscribe, please, and keep that faith.
And we will see you later. Hallelujah. Bye.